Hello? Hello, are we live? Hello?
Hi.
Can you guys see and hear us? Please respond in the chat if you can see and or hear us. Hello.
I think I'm seeing some hellos in the chat.
Great, I'm seeing hellos. Welcome to, oh look, holy crap, look at this chat, it's blowing up. Welcome to the first official Volume 2 Livestream Q&A chat.
Official.
This is great. Great to have you guys. Welcome everybody. Mike is here. Danny is coming. He had a lunch event that ran a little late, so he'll be here. Apologies that we had to move this up an hour. That's actually because of me. I have a work event later this afternoon that is occupying my time. But thank you all for being here so much. Welcome everybody. So we'll start this live stream the same way we start every live stream. And of course, that's with a prayer. Just kidding. If you have any questions, yeah. If you have any questions, please in all caps, big letters, say question : then your question. So like that way we'll see it, we'll spot it in the chat as it feeds up and down, and we'll be able to spot it and respond to it as it comes in. So like I said, welcome. Thank you for being here. The gang's here. Kelsey's not feeling so well. Otherwise, otherwise she'd be joining us as well. But she sends the well wishes to all of you guys. So
we should come up with like a tabletop gaming benediction.
Ooh,
you know, like
yeah.
May all your 20s be natural. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
May all your tables be full of books. I don't know.
Something like
that. May all your tables be felted. I don't know.
Ooh, I like that. So, anywho, you guys can start posting questions whenever you want to. Hopefully you guys have listened to episode 0 and episode 1 of volume 2. If you have any questions about volume 1, you can still ask those. I saw that come in right before we went live. So you can ask any volume 1 questions, volume 2 questions, anything like that. And yeah, and then we'll just kind of get started. We do have a question already. It's me, you know. The question is, can our holy space knight give us a blessing so we might have a good season 2? Holy space knight, I think that's you.
I'm the space knight. May the goddess bless the balance of our journeys together.
How embarrassing for you all.
I cringed.
I was trying to be lucky because she said.
Yeah, I know. I got it. Oh man, the questions are already pouring in. Good
May
grief.
we all vape into eternity.
They don't know that you've done that yet.
Oh, they don't know that yet.
They know you have it.
Spoilers.
No, they don't know you have it.
No,
that's
I didn't know I had it until you told me.
Yeah, that was episode 2.
So
that's a big theme.
Yeah, big theme.
We're sorry for
that. This question is from Ellen. Says a question. Are we gonna get that Star Warrior track uploaded somewhere so we can listen to that sweet intro music?
Isn't it accessible? Does he have it up?
Not on his SoundCloud actually.
Oh, really?
It's private. He just made it for me.
Dang.
So I will ask him if he wants to upload it to his SoundCloud. Technically, we didn't talk about rights distribution, so I think it's his. I'll say it's his, where we're just allowed to use it. We bought the rights to use it, so I'll ask him. And he just uploaded a new track yesterday, by the way. It's fire. Question. This is from Kenny. How long is it going to take to kill Dan off? Well, he's not here yet, so.
Honestly, I don't think you'll have to do anything. I think his IBS will take care of it.
Yeah.
His body can only last for so long naturally.
He's on a clock. You know what I mean? Like his
human form has a shelf life.
Question: where does the name Orc Dad come from? Mike, you know where.
Have we announced Orc Dad? Is that like public?
Kind of. I think we talked about it on the bonus podcast once.
Okay. So these guys know about it.
Yeah, like anyone at this tier should.
But we don't got a logo yet, do we? Are we branded?
No, it's not branded.
No, we're working on it, but Orc Dad is kind of an inside joke. It's kind of a mix of two different things. We like to kill dads and the orcs. a lot of orcs. So we put those two together, and we got Orc Dad.
That's-
And it's a cool name.
It's a
I
cool-
love it.
Mike and I were at dinner one night and eating wings, and we were trying to come up with like just a name for what our like company would be, because we knew Sneak Attack was a product, Titans is a product, and so like what could the company name be that houses those things, and then it was the funny thing was like we looked at through lines of Sneak Attack, just things that we'd done so far, because this was well into Sneak Attack's life. And
everyone's backstory.
Yeah, everyone's backstory had orcs involved. And
Orcs or dad problems.
Or throughout the course of that campaign, dad problems, dad death. So it literally was the two things we like killing the most: orcs and dads. So
we collectively,
yeah,
not all of us like killing dads.
Yeah.
We actually love dads.
Yeah, I love
we
my
all
dad.
have good dads.
There was a couple moments in the. Has the unboxing come out yet?
It has not, because I've been busy, and I apologize.
That's okay. I didn't mean to put you on the carpet for that.
Yeah, thanks.
The
world premiere.
There were a couple.
It's after the stream. Just kidding. It's not.
There were a couple letters in there where they were like, "I lost my dad," or my friend lost their dad," and it was. And for a second, I was like, "What did we do?" But it actually, they talked about how the show was like a really like nice like escape from everything. So it was just like.
It comes from a good place.
It was not.
Certainly.
It was not when we read the letter like out loud. It was not like the thing you expect to hear. Reed's like, "I'm never killing any dads ever."
Well, and like, I have nothing but love for my dad. He's still alive. He's a great individual. I am a new father myself, so
that's true.
Yeah, I probably like I'm the real orc dad. So if anything, I'll probably just start killing moms. Just space moms. Ooh, new company name, Space Moms.
Space Moms and Orc Dad. Don't take that.
No, don't. That's ours.
That's our other company.
What's that video game that came out that's like it's like a sim or whatever, but with hot dads? That's the whole premise. You know what I'm talking about?
Nope.
And they're all like super like attractive or whatever, and it's like a. Anyway, there's a video game. There's a video game like that.
Anyways, I'm level 5 in that game, so I haven't got to the end.
I'm max level. I'm rating already.
It's made by the Game Grumps. They developed a fun kind of goofy game. But anyway, if any of you know what game I'm talking about, Dream Daddy.
Okay.
There's
Thank
a part
you,
of me,
Scott Hill.
There's a part of me that really
Shout
wants
out
to see
Scott Hill for knowing what that is.
Really wants to see a like a version of an orc in the Dream Daddy game, and that's like our orc dad.
I'm also just not surprised that Ellen also knew that.
Thank you guys, my people.
Yeah, Dream Daddy.
It's just as good as Horse Prince. This is a question from It's Me. You know, I asked Danny last time, but to Josh and Mike, what are you guys most excited for to explore in this fast-paced world and/or game system?
Josh?
I am most honestly, I'm just kind of interested because I don't know what the primary storyline is yet. We haven't really seen it. We've just done quests.
Reed doesn't know either.
We're so close to revealing it.
Yeah, so it's like there's a part of me that's like I'm interested in what it is and how much of it we've touched already, if we've touched any of it already.
Oh yeah.
So I have some suspicions, but not I'm excited to learn that. So
yeah, I'm excited for the whole thing.
Cop-out answer.
Yeah.
Nice.
This from Michael Sinclair. Oh wait, sorry, I skipped that. Scott Hill, question: do you have an ETA on the Kickstarter for the book? No. Just trying to get like my feet under me as far as the production of this is concerned. If in an ideal world, I would hope like a year from now. I would say 2020 is a great year to expect the book to release, but since it's January, it could also be December of 2020, which is almost like 2 calendar, like 24 months almost. So I'm gonna say hopefully 2020.
Yeah,
we
are working on it.
Yeah, no, like
fun year for space things.
Yeah,
2020. It sounds very like space.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That does sound very space like. Michael Sinclair did not ask a question, but shout out to Michael. I see you, dog. I wanted to drop by and say hello. Episode 1 was amazing. Oh, thanks, Kaylee. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Bennett said, question: it seems like AI is going to play a larger role in the main story. Can you confirm or talk about it at all? Yeah, definitely. Bennett, excellent observation there. AI is definitely going to play a part in the overall lore of the game, as well as the story moving forward in terms of like the world of Sneak Attack Volume 2, the Arrowhead Galaxy, and all that stuff, it will have things happen in it that are directly impacted or the result of AI influence. So, yeah, great observation. Definitely be looking forward to that. That's actually when I pitched the story to them. I initially had it to where these guys are like a bounty hunter mercenary style group that specifically gets called out to do AI related missions. Stuff that's like, hey, you need to go out and quell. There's a group that's been experimenting. Like we just found like existence of their research. You need to go shut them down. And then they would go out to all these places and shut them down. That'll probably still happen, but it won't. It's not like the core of the story anymore. Excellent question though. This from Matthew Girdle Rock. I think I just skipped past everything. Yep. Mike, are you a robot so you prioritize loot over everything else? Did say cargo. That's number one.
Yeah. Love it.
I mean,
yeah, loot. Love it.
he was going to prioritize loot no matter what race he was.
Yeah. This is a question from Michael. Question: what games are you playing, Josh?
What games am I playing?
Yeah.
I've started playing Spyro.
Ooh, Spyro.
Reignited trilogy. Playing a lot of Stardew Valley. And I think a little bit of Minecraft.
Always Minecraft.
Minecraft's always there.
Yeah. Always on the table.
Yep.
What about you?
Overwatch.
Overwatch.
And that's it.
The old mainstay. You just are building another gaming computer.
I am. I just bought some parts, and Reed's gonna help me build it, and then go from there.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah.
I just downloaded some games yesterday too. Like I downloaded Undertale.
Okay.
Which I had not played or not finished yet. I actually had only played like 45 minutes. And then I re-downloaded Civ 6 because I hear they fixed it.
That's
It's
interesting. I hadn't heard that. I don't know if Kelsey knows.
I don't. Yeah, because we were both very excited about it. Kelsey and I. Fun fact: actually took time off of work the day that Civ 6 came out because that's how big of fans of Civ 5 we were.
Yeah.
I was very disappointed by Civ 6.
Yeah, she was a little disappointed.
So I only have like 14 hours in that game because I literally could not stand it. It's me, says, question, Reed, as you are a new dad, will the big plot twist at the end be that I will be killed off? That would be quite a twist. At the end of the recording, I just keel over.
Wow.
I'm so committed to the art.
We all know what Danny will do. Truck.
Oh, thank you. Okay, here's another question from It's Me, again. Jesslou needs to know the spelling of the ardent last name of Kelsey's character. Good luck. I do not know it.
Let's call her T. T.
I think I have her character information in an email, but I'm not going to.
Aptiosis something, right?
Yeah, Evergreen. I'm not going to share that because that's her information and not mine. If they release the book next year, they will have 20/20 vision. That feels bad. This is from Alex Mellon. What's up, Alex? Question. So will Lucky be able to level up in any way since he won't be taking augments?
Hopefully.
So okay, in your mind, if you're not,
so for me,
if you're not taking body augments,
I'm funneling everything into weaponry, and maybe I don't know if Reed's thought about this yet. Maybe my shields.
Yep, that can be upgraded.
So the shields and the weaponry will probably be what I upgrade more. I want to have just the beefiest shotgun in the entire game,
and like tons of survivability.
Yep, and I just want to be a tank that jumps in and deals loads of damage, and then.
Or you could funnel your money into me.
Ooh, a real investment opportunity.
Yeah, invest in me.
I would need to change. I need your directives to change.
Okay.
It would have to be Lucky. Oh, cargo.
It doesn't start with a C, so I can't do it.
I'm trying to think of a word like self that starts with C, and I'm failing. I'm too on the spot. Ellen asks, does the Airhead Galaxy have any cool sports ball games? If so, what kind? I would probably just like Blitzball, like lame Final Fantasy X sports.
That's a great game.
Blitzball.
Or something stupid like that. Or what was that fake football game from Gears of War? That like Coltrane was like he played it. It was like football, but like jacked up, like XFL,
like blood ball or something.
Something like that. Yeah, like
you should just have like racquetball. It should just be
highlight
Or
just
like
nothing but highlight.
badminton, like
Ooh.
just space bat. It's super epic space badminton.
No, I think like, kind of like how British people still play cricket and stuff like that,
Yes.
because it's like sophisticated, and
Yeah.
you have spots in the game. I just learned this the other day. There are spots in cricket designated to stopping for a tea break, and then you resume progress again. Cricket games can last 5 days.
Wrong.
5 days, and also they can end in a tie.
What do they think they're? What do they think they're playing? Monopoly?
Jeez. Don't laugh at that.
Stop.
You're banned if you laugh at that. Okay, the next question is from Blake. Only Danny is playing Anthem. It's not out yet. Omega Lol though? Yeah.
How is he playing it?
He got in on
Dan's.
that.
Here's the thing.
got in on
Dan
the
is
demo.
always playing the game first. That's a fact.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pre-order. That's pre-order Dan. Okay.
Pre-order Dan.
Ellen says Undertale. It's a nifty game. Yeah, it's a good game. It's like a turn-based RPG that doesn't suck.
Lots of depth to it as well.
Yeah, and very, very funny. A favorite Civ 5 victory type? Just finished Diplomatic and Cultural on Prince and King. I really enjoy science victories in Civ 5 because it allows you to play the full game, like all the way through the technology tree. I also do enjoy Diplomatic a lot because I always try and make it a point to befriend city-states in general. So by doing that and like just funneling gold their way, they will always vote for you. So even if everyone else in the world hates you and you have your vote and the city-state vote, you're going to win. And it feels good because you can do whatever you want and still win a diplomatic victory. Feels awesome, man. I've also beat the game on Immortal. That's a tough feat. Just got classic Josh cringe. Perfect. So we're almost caught up because that was very recent. I skipped your question. Oh, ask it again. I'm sorry if I missed it. I'm truly sorry if I missed it. I didn't intend to skip any questions. This is from geez, Immortal, calm down. Mike, are you typing this? Sounds like something you would type. This is from
He's got a phone inside his hoodie.
He's flex on him. Read without spelling what the reference is to whom or what is your favorite. Or I'm sorry.
And don't spell it either.
Without spoiling, thank you. The text is kind of small. What the reference is to whom or what is your favorite reference you put in the game so far? Oh gosh, no, I'm not even gonna say. I'm very proud of this. I have probably. Hi Dan. I have
Danny,
probably
we're all on the couch.
a dozen different references or things buried within episodes
Sorry.
that no one has picked up on yet.
You can sit between Mike and Reed, or between me and Mike. Choose your pick.
Or on you.
You could
just
lay
across
across
all of
the
us.
whole table.
Lay across us.
Get on in here.
Oh boy.
Hi guys.
Okay.
This is cozy.
It is cozy.
So, anyways, it's in terms of the references. I'm not going to go into any of them because we only released episode 1, and but we are I've
Guys couch, you know.
You gotta do this.
Dream couch, everybody.
Oh, Reed, you had more room.
Yeah. Oh my god. He's got a whole pillow
I do,
over
I
there.
do.
That he's like cushioning
It's the
himself.
boys' couch.
But no, I have been burying references already, and like some are alluding to the story, some are just for fun. That don't mean anything, but yeah, I've been burying references, so that's very fun for me. This is from
Like he buries dads.
Yep, this is from Alyssa. Question: as a bionic, does Chip wear any clothing, or is everything just a part of his body frame? He did answer this in episode 0, but just so you're aware again.
I did. I have a cowboy hat and Hawaiian shirt and shorts on my robot frame.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
He doesn't look.
Is
he doesn't
your
look
Hawaiian
human at all.
shirt buttoned up or open?
Three down.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Okay.
Oh,
the deep
yes.
V.
Yes. Yes.
3 down.
This is from Alex. Is Chip's mustache based on Mike's mustache?
Ooh.
One and the same.
He's
Where does Chip begin and Mike end?
He's a method actor.
Yeah.
Question. He wanted to know the status of the Christmas box. Sorry, Muffin Man. It will definitely be posted this week.
Muffin.
I do apologize. It's taken me so long. I've just like between releasing 2 episodes this last week and everything else I'm doing for the show. We've actually recorded 3 weeks in a row. So we're pretty like buried in content and things to do, other responsibilities that I just have not had time.
It's also like 40 minutes long.
It's 53 minutes exactly. So
Wow.
there's a lot there, a lot to sift through, and not
Send
all
us a lot of gifts.
not all of it is interesting. Like, and there's a lot of it just like passing the camera around and being
Or
like,
crying.
yeah, and like
all
don't
this other stuff.
don't stand
Lots of
here. The light
crying.
is bad.
Lots of crying.
Reed, get out of the light.
Yep. So, anywho, question. This is for you, Dan. Is there an augment to cure IBS?
One can only hope.
Is the technology there yet?
A mechanical sphincter?
Yeah.
Oh,
Just get rid of your iron.
Okay.
You can get like an iron stomach.
oh, there you go. There you go.
Mechanical.
The thing is, you're gonna have to pay for the operation.
Yeah, Dan.
Like, you can get it anywhere, but no one's gonna want to do the job.
Well, Ethan likes the black market, so we'll see.
The brown market.
Oh, wow. Went there.
It's a poop joke.
It's we're real highbrow comedy over here. It's a poop joke.
It's a poop joke.
Such a casual robot. Ooh, it's casual in the Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah.
Ooh, are you a retired dad robot?
Could be.
Does Chip have kids?
No.
No kids.
He's been around kids.
Oh, okay. I would have remembered that. Okay, gosh, geez, like, get over yourselves. I'm allowed to make mistakes. Question. Ooh, this is from It's Me, Question. Josh, are you planning to turn your huge shotgun into a boom boom?
No.
I don't know what that is.
It's a Titans of Altera joke.
Oh, okay.
No.
Oh,
but-
crossing streams.
Josh is
No,
like, anyways.
Titans of Altera was another show you could watch.
All right, stop broadcast.
No, I
We're gonna
plan.
go dark, and if we come back and Josh isn't on the couch, just
Yeah.
roll with it.
I eventually want it to basically be like a one-shot kill.
Mm.
Eventually. Like my first goal is for it to shut off shields,
Mhm.
to just kill people's shields so I can just attack them physically. And then eventually I want it to just be
That's gonna be a lot of money.
It's gonna be a lot of money.
blow you away weapon. Yeah.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
They
I
just
like it.
they just completed a mission. The last recording we did that netted them a lot of money. So
Oh.
That's true.
I wanted to give them some freedom to kind of experiment with the augments out there.
I will, contrary to Volume 1, I will probably be the character saving money the most.
He's not gonna just
Oh.
always give it away
Yeah,
to a
not
sad
spending
story.
it. Yeah, because I need to spend it all in one giant chunk later.
Yep.
Because the upgrades I want are so expensive.
Yeah. And we gotta find the person that will do it.
Loans with interest.
Is there loans?
If you guys can work out your own loan and interest system, I'll allow it. But
Amidst the
I'm not
team.
gonna manage that.
Just saying.
Okay. James asked, does CHIP stand for Construct Humanoid Interface Pilot?
No, I'm not that clever.
What is it? Does it actually stand for something?
No, they just called him Chip because he's a chip off the old block. And he's made from a bunch of different parts. Yay! So, spoilers.
Josh is going to be the new Akio in terms of saving money. Except hopefully what Josh is saving up for will actually come to fruition.
Sadness.
This is from Matthew. Did Mike come up with robot directives, or do robots have specific directives? That's a great question.
I think that was talking with Reed and then him reminding me that I'm a robot. And then I was like, oh, yeah, I can't just do whatever I want. But I think that was a fun part of the character, too, having I can't just shoot somebody.
Right.
So.
Yeah, robots are unique in that you have a set of directives as like issued to you by your creator, and you work with your game master on that. But it's kind of like an alignment. I've kind of looked at it that way. There's not traditional alignments in my game system, or at least there's not yet. And so this is kind of a way to have that alignment of like what's your values, what's important to you, and then what are the parameters that allow you, like the flow chart that would allow you to actually take violent action against someone or something. So yeah, it's kind of handcuffing yourself a little bit, but I think in a really interesting way.
It provides some really like fun role playing.
Yeah, lots of cool opportunities there.
Like IBS.
I mean,
Just
it's
like
a different
IBS.
box you're putting yourself in, but
man.
sure. Yeah.
So
Different.
amazing.
There it is.
Wow, great
There it
character
is.
depth you have
There it
there.
is.
I do.
Can you be hacked to have your directives changed?
Probably, yeah. Why
I do.
not?
It's interesting to me
You
that like
gonna hack me, bro?
all of our
Murder
characters
you.
have
Make you
have
more-
we
more
designed them in
freestyle.
boxes.
Yeah. Yeah,
Dan gave himself IBS. My character won't augment his body. Chip has his directives, and Kelsey's character is incredibly terrified of everything.
yeah.
Like or she's not combat. Like she's not a.
She calls herself awkward.
Yes.
Yeah, very awkward.
Yeah.
So yeah, and again, I don't think we would have seen that at the beginning of Volume 1, just because we weren't as comfortable with each other, or also like role playing.
Mm-hmm.
We've all played D&D before, but like to make yourself a dynamic character takes more than just like being the best at everything, in my opinion. This from Ellen. Question: How different are the character stats compared to 5e? Are the base stats the same? Charisma, strength, intelligence? Yes, those 6 stats are exactly the same. Those stats and how they relate to skills are still exactly the same. I added some new skills to my space system. I also took away some that didn't make any sense, like Arcana. That doesn't exist anymore. But for the most part, all of those skills correlate directly to a pre-existing stat, as well do your attacks, your skill checks, ability checks, all that stuff. Very familiar. So if someone shoots a gun, they're rolling a d20, adding their proficiency bonus, which is a 5e thing, as well as their dexterity modifier, which is still a 5e thing as well. So it should feel very familiar. Does it feel familiar to you guys? Cool. Space Dab, excellent. This from it's me, you know. Does this mean Lucky will own like a weapon shop, like Akila's Noodle Shop? Is that your goal, to be your own gunsmith?
Me? No. No, I want to kill things and not kill things to maintain the balance.
In equal measure.
Yeah.
This from Alex. Does Chip have a dad?
Does Chip have a dad? Someone made him, so sure. Yeah. I don't know if he calls him dad, but
Creator
dad.
This is from Girdle. Question: How bad are Josh's stats? You mentioned all single digits in episode 1.
I have 2 stats that have the modifier of -2. One that has a -1, one that has a 0, and one that's +2. That's it.
That means on 2 of his rolls, he rolled a 6 or a 7 total out of 3d6.
Yep. It's the worst. It's the worst character stats, even for fun. I've rolled characters, I've never rolled stats this bad in my life.
But again,
bad. But it's the character, and so there's no take backsies.
No.
So
and you know what I mean? Like a good dungeon master, a good game master, they will figure out how to make the character participate and feel like they're contributing, regardless of their stats.
Yeah.
The stats should really help influence the role play, not necessarily how valuable they are to the team.
And I will say, despite those stats, I have had some of the best rolls of the game.
It's true. Except second only to Dan.
Yeah.
Dan, I listened to episode 1. He's got a natural 20 in there. Episode 2, I'm only about halfway through that edit. He's already got a natural 20 there. The last episode we recorded, 3 or 4.
I had double
advantage, double
roll.
20s
on one roll.
It's stupid. So
Loaded dice.
Yeah, I'm going to give him my dice next session, see how he does. This is from Jess Lou. Question: As the game goes on with the more unnatural Ethan gets with his augments, will that cause issues for Lucky and his beliefs?
We will see. I don't foresee Lucky's beliefs changing. Maybe his ability to do stuff will get worse.
Ethan will change or cease to exist.
So we'll see.
Yeah. This is from Michael Sinclair. Question: Mike, was the directives made? Mike, was the directives made so you wouldn't high level augments? Wink, wink. Reference to Sherwood. I'm glad you're changing it up.
Oh, eat high level augments. I think that's the edit. So I want to eat high level. Omega lol. No, yes. So I won't eat them.
Oh, I see that. Yeah, eat high level augments.
No, I'm not gonna eat.
This is from Kenny. Off topic question: In Volume 1, when Sherwood had to take the vampire ash potion, why was the egg muffin guy? No, I'm not talking. I'm so past that guy. Ask me any other Volume 1 question.
What guy? What are we talking about?
I always get asked this question, and that was just his personality. He was generally nervous. Everyone freaks out over it, but there's nothing special about him.
Who's the Egg McMuffin guy?
Mike goes into the woods because he thinks he's gonna die
Oh, is this volume 1 question?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mike goes into the woods because he thinks he's
I'm
gonna
still catching up,
die,
I'm still catching
and he
up.
takes the vampire ash potion that
Mhm.
he had made because
Mhm.
his sword exploded in his hand.
There's
Yeah.
more to it. There's more to it.
And so
Reed's hiding stuff.
no, I'm honestly not. It's
Keep
just
digging. Keep digging.
it was
It's there.
it was a bad NPC on my part. He just like I had like stats laid out for different qualities, and his came up nervous. He's just a generally nervous dude.
It's all a mask. It's all a mask.
And so pair the nervousness with the fact that Mike's pupils were dilated like crazy. He just got really jittery. And so like that was it.
Did he though? Did he though?
Did he?
Did he just get jittery?
Keep asking him, guys.
Keep digging.
Please
Keep
ask.
digging.
Are there any questions you would like answered by us? Feedback for your hard work. That's from It's Me, you know. I think we'll probably just like do more freeform talking here in a little bit. But there's a lot of questions so far, so I'm just trying to get through those for now. Bennett, we need sneak attack awards at the end of a series. Dan currently winning best accent. Mike with the most robo dabs.
It'd be pretty cool to have the little trophies.
Like the Dundies.
Oh my gosh. Little like
little-
gymnastics
a little-
trophy.
A robot dabbing.
All right, what are
Or
those?
it could just be Josh doing
Yeah.
field goal.
Just me with my guts hanging out and go like
What are those things they do at like high school reunions where it's like, least distance traveled to be here, or
oh
like,
yeah.
I don't know what they call those things, but yeah. So Scott, for our stat rolls, it's 4d6. Drop the lowest result and then add the 3 together. That's how we established our stat rolls. Oh, this is from Blake. Question: Mike, are you a fan of TNG, The Next Generation?
Yeah, that's the next generation.
Are you drawing any inspiration? Oh, from characters like Data, or do you just like the idea of being a robot?
No, I think for me it was just with Adam's artwork and stuff like that, and just being a totally different character was just kind of what I wanted to be for the robot. But I like all those guys too. But not so much like a human face. Like that just doesn't get me going.
Yeah,
But
and that's kind of like because the threat of AI and that kind of stuff is such a thing. There is a clear distinction between bionics and like echoes and other organic creatures. Like bionics have to look 100% robotic. There can't be any like synthetic skin or any weird stuff like that. So that's kind of like that's the distinction there.
Does Chip have artificial intelligence?
I would consider him to be a virtual intelligence. This means he's free to operate within the confines of his programming.
Okay.
Like that's where the list of directives falls in.
Okay. So he wouldn't be deemed as having artificial intelligence.
Right. Like
in the greater, but he's still given agency
correct.
as an individual.
Yep.
Interesting.
That's why like Chip could not just walk up to someone on the street and shoot them.
Yeah.
Without cause.
Yeah.
I
mean, no one's supposed to do that, but I have the free will to do that.
Right. Yeah. Any organic can just walk up and do whatever they want.
I gotcha.
Chip can't actively put someone else's life in danger without any first, like without responding to danger in and of itself.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. From It's Me, question: what has been the most ridiculous or powerful augment that was considered to be allowed, but wasn't? So I've kind of like not held anything back for the augments. I've only made level 2, like up to class 2 augments so far. Class 3 augments exist. They're illegal. You're not supposed to be able to get them anywhere, but you can if you know the right people. Come gather round. Danny's phone is ringing.
he's like, come on, guys.
So class 3 augments exist. They are very, very expensive, but they do cool things like putting the power of an exploding sun in your chest, so you can unleash it and go supernova on somebody. Or Mike had this cool one where like you have almost like a gyroscopic alignment like type of device in your chest or in your body, to where when all the planets align in a certain way, it unlocks unlocks some additional power.
And the constellation
yeah,
one?
the constellation one. So you can just like explode or like suck people into a black hole, stuff like that. Cool just like minor augments like that could have the power to blow up a planet.
It's a level 2.
Yeah, it's
That's a
just
level
that's
one,
a cool
something
50
simple.
credits.
Yeah.
Alex, question, Reed, how did you come up with your puzzle challenges from volume 1, like pulling the levers to align the spinning discs? So I knew what I wanted it to do, and then you work backwards. That's the best way I can tell you, is figure out in your head what you want the levers or the puzzle or whatever to do, the solution, whatever that is, and then go backwards. So for me, I knew I wanted there to be 2 spinning things, one with a hammer and one with a chest, or whatever it was. I forget. It's been a while.
That's what it was. There were 2 axes and
Yeah.
2 chests.
Yep. And so I knew I wanted to have to line them up in such a way to where when they pulled one lever, the axes came down on the chest and split them open, and that was that. So what I did is I started them in the correct position they needed to be, and then I started doing the math of like, okay, one lever is gonna do 2 back, 1 forward, another lever is gonna be 2 forward, 2 back, or something like that. And then I just like picked whatever that math was, and then acted like I pulled the levers mentally a couple dozen times until it got to a really jumbled up state. And then they just had to undo my work to get back to square one. That's how, like, I'm not exactly telling you how to create puzzles, but I am telling you just like when you think of a cool idea, start from the end and work backwards. That helps a lot. Knight, finally glad you got that answer. I'm happy that you got it as well. From Ellen, question, is the clips versus magazine thing the new rules for Gaius? Come on, guys. Yeah, like I don't know. It's just terminology. It's like it's just a word. It can mean magazine. It can mean whatever. It's a hair clip. I don't know. Like don't think too much into it. This from Melissa. Have you ever thought of?
I think you're talking to the wrong group. Don't think too much into it.
That's perhaps. Have you ever thought of writing an often asked questions sheet to refer to your fans? I've like at FAQ. Yeah, there was a time where I was going to put an FAQ in the blog section of the website, but it just kind of like it made more sense to do individual blog posts, like the how do we like do our recording or how do we edit an episode or something like that. I turned that into a blog post because for the most part, like there's not questions I could ask so frequently that I'm just like I'm going to skip it. So
I also think a lot of times people ask questions before checking, like, you know what I mean? We've answered the like technical setup questions like a ton, and so and I'm sure I know I've even gotten like Twitter message, like DMs, people asking about our equipment, even though we have a blog for it already. You know what I mean? So sometimes that doesn't help as much as you might think it might. Having like a set like question answer thing, people will still probably ask.
Yeah, which that's okay.
Yeah,
it's what it's there for. It's what we're here for. Alex, is Bionic a playable race? Yes, Bionic is a race, not a class.
Yeah, we keep saying robot, but it's Bionic.
Yeah. I just didn't want to call it a robot, and I can't call it an android for legal reasons. So I just had to.
Really? Who owns Android?
Lucasfilm.
No way.
Yeah, like when Lucas made Star Wars, Android was not like a thing, so he copyrighted it.
Does Dragon Ball Z get in trouble for that? They call their things androids.
I don't know. If you look at so back when like the Android phone commercials were very big, and like very new, you would see at the bottom Android as a registered trademark of Lucasfilm.
Wow.
I don't know if that necessarily means you can't use the term Android, like, or if you have to get legal permission, or if you have to pay Lucas every time you want to use it. I didn't want to get in that. I didn't even want to muddy up those waters, so I just said I'm going to avoid all that.
Nice.
This is from NAO. Question, Mike, if Chip doesn't have a human face, does he look anything like an Omnic from Overwatch?
Yeah, for sure. I would definitely say more on like that Zenyatta face, and then like Bob.
It's Bob.
Like that.
The mustache.
Yeah, Bob has like is it a mustache or is it kind of like chops?
It's like mutton chops that are also a mustache.
Like I love that, and then like Zenyatta, so like more of that. Yeah, basically that.
Very like featureless face.
Yeah, and then like Adam had some really cool stuff in the Bionics blog thing. So if you look at that, there's one that has like a jacket. So I think that's one that's more on.
Is he have a cap on?
Yeah, it has a baseball cap.
Yeah,
but I think he just has like a plain face. So something along those lines.
And we like. There's also an example, like some artwork in there of a Bionic with like holographic projection over their face.
I like that one too.
So it's like because bionics, we kind of came up with this idea that bionics have a difficult time conveying human emotion or like sentient emotion because they're very just data driven, obviously very logic driven, and so some robots that are particularly not well versed at emoting correctly, what they'll do is they'll say what they mean, they say what they want to say, and then have like an emoji of like a smiling face, like a colon parentheses or something like that, or a frowny face if they're being sad, or just something that will help the viewer, the recipient, better understand the tone that they're trying to convey, if that makes sense. So that was really fun, like coming up with stuff like that. This is from Dan, Mike, and Josh. This is from It's Me. What so far has been the rule change or addition to the system that you have the most trouble adapting to?
Daniel.
I don't feel like it's very hard to adapt to Reed's game. The one thing that I'm not used to doing, but I've only done it in one episode, is keeping track of my ammo count.
Yeah. Because even like in 5e, you're technically supposed to keep track of your
Right,
arrows
but
and
you
stuff.
never made us do it.
We never did because
Right.
that's boring. But
Yep.
since firearms are going to be like much more powerful attack options, I figured it's better to keep that a limited option, like just pull it out when you have to absolutely kill the thing right now type of situation.
I will say, the reverse, Reed has given us so much flexibility to use our imaginations with our equipment that I forget that the sky's literally the limit.
Yeah.
Like the
You'll see some of that in episode 2, by the way, from Dan.
the tool that you give us
Mhm.
that can make like anything. It's weird to have that because I'm used to just having like a rope and a grappling hook.
Yeah. So smugglers, they get this device called a forging tool, and think of it as like a 3D printer, 3D scanner. So the idea is like very like Indiana Jones. You walk up, you find something valuable, you can make a copy of it using inferior parts, and then you swap out the two, hoping that nobody notices. And so Dan's found already fun ways to like use that to his advantage.
We're gonna do a heist.
I think the only stuff that I had is not knowing the book as familiar as I know the D&D book, because I've been playing with that for 5 years.
Yeah.
So the that's been, but it's not like a problem. It's just the fact that it's new. You know what I mean? The like remembering, okay, does this feature come from me being a Brax, or does it come from me being a Templar? Or, you know what I mean? And jumping into the little book that we have to try and find the. Is this your notebook or is this the book?
No, that's my notebook. The book's on there too.
Okay. But yeah, so having just having to like remember where certain things come from is that's the only thing I've struggled with, but not even like struggled that much. Just been like it stops me up sometimes.
I think from a communication side too, like knowing where in your character sheet to go for specific information.
Yes.
Like that's just, it's either a muscle memory thing or we just need to do a better job at like laying stuff out, but we'll get there. What about you?
Along those same lines.
Yeah.
I mean, there just really wasn't anything that was too crazy.
This from Amelia. Question: so if you don't have a face but you have a mustache, your head is just a cylinder or something with a random mustache?
These are the artists.
Yes.
The artists are asking because they want to draw it really badly.
Correct. That's all I'll say for the rest of that man's face.
Perfect. Just a soup can with a mustache. Girdle, question: are robots free or most owned by humanoids? That's a good question. A little bit of both. Depends on their purpose. So there are like automation droids and stuff like that that will execute very menial tasks. There are servant bionics that will act like a butler or a maid or something like that. Personal assistant, follow you around, take your notes, hold your bags, that kind of thing. Chip, I would say, is probably on the high end of freedom granted bionics. Something to the point where he had a task, he had a job or a mission or a duty at one point, and then was released from that responsibility and allowed to operate with that within his directives, but with certain autonomy. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep, that's correct.
I don't want to give away too much. There's story there.
Ooh.
Okay, there we go. Can you talk about the move to seasons? Will stories continue between seasons, or will they be wrapped up with new ones starting each season? Excellent question. That's from Bennett. So I'm treating this kind of just like television seasons. So one large story that will consist over numerous seasons. I have at least 3 or 4 planned out already. Um, and then but the story will continue like from season to season. We're not going to probably not going to pick up like years later for season 2, or some dramatic thing has changed, or we only have 22 episodes to tell this one campaign, and then we're going to start another one in the same universe. We're not going to do that. It's going to be season 1 will have its own arc that I feel will tell a story, but will then give you information and lead up to the arc for season 2, and so on, all the way until the whole story is completed and volume 2 has come to a close. If that makes sense. I'm just modeling everything I do after Breaking Bad, if you haven't figured it out at this point. That's just my gold standard for storytelling. Excellent question, though. That was really good. That was very insightful. Reed is a fan of inverse functions. I see him a true man of character, I suppose. Blah, blah, blah. Whole blog post on Egg McMuffin. Oh boy, I'm really behind. Sorry. I was gonna guess Bob. See, NAO. She's on it. Sorry, still reading here. Emoticon robots. Yes, good. I was inspired from Borderlands on that one. Zero, the character Zero is kind of like that. He'll have some like emoji stuff on his face. Oh, here's a question. All caps question from Michael Sinclair. Oh boy.
No.
Oh, I lost it. Here it is. Dan, have you seen the skit TV ad of Catheter Cowboy by Last Week Tonight with John Oliver?
I have not, but I will go watch that YouTube.
It's great. It's great.
Catheter Cowboy. Okay.
I mean, it sounds like something Ethan would be
I think
into.
it's a commercial that they paid to run during Fox, like on Fox during the news.
Oh, really?
And it's basically to Trump. That's the whole
That's so funny.
But it's just I think that's what they're referring to.
This is from Alex.
It's very funny.
Question: now that you're playing in the world with the new rules, is there anything you wish you could change about your characters?
Ooh.
It's true, because we did make characters before.
I wish I could change my stats.
Just re-roll.
I love Lucky though. I'm after episode I think like 2 or 3. I'm in love with Lucky, so I'm really good.
There's definitely been a learning curve, like getting our feet underneath us again, and like getting back in the swing of things from a dynamic and just like group kind of atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
At least I felt that way.
Despite our crazy good rolls, combat has been rough so far. So I'm starting work on my second character.
Well, and I know. I don't know if I can speak for Kelsey, but I think she's feeling like she wishes she had more to do in combat.
Yeah,
is one thing she's dealing with.
Yeah, and so that's my responsibility then, to create unique combat scenarios that showcase her strengths, but while also allowing the rest of the group to participate in the way they have been. So again, that's just like we're only 5 episodes in to our recordings. So
yeah,
I'm actually able to take some pretty useful at the table data and work it into our future recordings that I hope will reflect those changes.
We're playing in like a living system right now. That's not it's not set.
This is from Michael. Question: will you guys have any live shows coming up this year if you haven't posted the info anywhere? Nothing official.
Maybe.
I'd say maybe, but I as of right now, no. So don't like hold your breath that like we're being coy, because we're not.
Can I say if we did, where it would be?
Sure.
If we do a live show, it would be at Gen Con. That's the one con we're looking at right now. At some of us from
or BlizzCon.
Or BlizzCon.
Main stage.
Sneak Attack, and maybe some of us from Titans.
The mythic stage.
Going to Gen Con. That's the one we're looking at right now. So honestly, if any of you guys know of things that are done at Gen Con or things you'd like to see us do, feel free to hit us up. We're looking into all of that.
Alyssa, question. It sounds like Ethan has a cowboy aesthetic. Is that true?
Definitely.
What kind of unique apparel might he have?
All right. So I kept hounding Reed before Volume 2 started. I kept asking him if Earth existed because I wanted so badly for Earth to exist.
Just
Because
make exist.
It doesn't.
You
in
wanted to be
my
an Earth
mind,
No.
in my mind, Ethan's roots are deep in the backwoods of West Virginia. So he's got a duster. It's definitely got stubble in my mind. Definitely rocks some suspenders. He's just a little backwoods
Just
guy.
a good old boy.
Yeah.
Just a good old boy. We got a long ways to go. I'm sorry we're kind of behind.
These are good though.
These
Yeah,
are very good.
yeah,
This
this
is
is
more
great.
questions we've ever had in the live stream. So thank you guys so much. Question: will you release character episodes? So my objective with that,
I really want to do character episodes.
my
so.
objective with that is that's what we will release in between seasons.
Ooh.
So because the
Ooh.
plan would be we would have about an 8-week break between regularly scheduled episode releases. So during that time, maybe go every other week. We'll do a character episode or something like that. Some ancillary piece, some ancillary piece of content that'll help flesh out the world a little bit more. So I don't necessarily want to go radio silent for those 8 weeks, but I do want to give all of us a break to kind of catch our breath and not get so bogged down with the way we felt for Volume 1. So, but I would still like to do something. So that's kind of my goal right now is in between. Excellent question. Does someone own Chip? I think we kind of talked about that. Someone owned Chip, but not anymore.
Or they made him. Who's to say where
That's accurate.
ownership is?
Yeah.
Well,
Who's
yeah,
to
let's
say?
find out.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Does
We're
anybody
making
own
up stuff right now.
anybody?
Yeah.
Maybe Ethan Cole owns him. You know what I mean?
Maybe Chip is Ethan.
From the future.
We're not.
Didn't we dive into that in
Yeah.
episode
No,
1?
I released that on Twitter. It's a real fan theory.
Oh,
And it's
that's
my
right.
fan theory.
That's right.
It's from it. This one. It's from It's Me. You know, there's a lot of words in that username. Question: as you won't really hear or notice when we do it at the end of the show, would you guys be willing to give yourself the applause for your time and effort? And can you also tell Kelsey she is awesome? Honestly, first off, thank you for that. We're not fishing for that, but I think we all like. I'm speaking for myself, but I also feel like for the group that we know that what we were able to do with Volume 1 is kind of like an achievement. We're all immensely proud of it, like insanely proud of it. But for me personally, I see that as a challenge to improve for Volume 2. So while I am very proud of Volume 1, like seriously, I'm very happy to have actually like written and completed something with a story arc and an ending. The ending being the hardest thing to usually get right. All it does is it really motivates me to like make Volume 2 even better. So I don't know. It's like I don't know how you guys feel about that.
Agreed.
Cool. From It's Me again. Question: when Chip becomes older, will he weld a beard and bushy eyebrows?
It'll just be bare wire.
So,
I like it.
Someone talked about replaceable mustaches like Mr. Potato Head.
Ooh.
Okay.
So you can swap them out like depending on your mood.
Okay.
These are my angry
These are my
eyebrows.
angry eyes. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Just goes up to the top for the eyebrows.
Got the Groucho marks. Like,
Yeah.
So that's an option. Alex is very excited about Gen Con. Scott says we go every year. Awesome. Maybe we'll see you. Maybe.
Ooh.
Chip actually has a Terminator style bounty hunter bot brother named Block that is formed from and later was deemed a failure in his father's eyes. We're already getting fanfic. I love it.
It's like Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah. Liquid Snake and Solidus and all that jazz.
I'm glad that you named his brother Block and not Dale.
You know. Okay. Oh, we actually got to the bottom. This is from Michael. This is non-committal, but I'm hoping to release Sneak Attack recap content, and maybe I can release stuff between seasons to help you all out between seasons. No promises. It's scary. Yeah, no, I'm familiar with the scary part.
Is that Michael Crit? Is that
It's Michael Sinclair.
the same?
I'm not sure. Is that Michael Critz? Are you Michael Critz?
I can't see the little
I can't see the icon. Yeah.
icon.
Like I'm all for like fan interaction and fan like releasing of fan art and fan fiction and all that jazz. So I'd love to see that stuff. This I think we're caught up. Question from Blake. One and the same.
Nice.
What's up, dude?
Yeah, man, excited to do that. I think that'd be fun.
Question is the combat significantly less varied than any first level 5e adventure? That's a good question, Blake.
What do you mean by varied?
Well, I think like in terms of your as a DM or something, like the options you can give in combat to players at such a low level. Because I mean, like you can't obviously throw like a purple worm or a dragon at them. Like that's just something you can't do. I feel like with this system, it's not so much about throwing difficult enemies at them. It's about putting them in unique situations that force them to perhaps reconsider their attack strategies. So in episode 4, we had a different type of encounter that was very different than anything we'd ever done before. It involved a lot of like vehicle motion and vehicle combat and players attacking without using their normal stats or their normal weaponry. So it was very different. But it felt very theme appropriate to me. So I'm hoping that we can see more stuff like that represents the genre and the like the medium of the space campaign and the space rule set, without feeling like I would be giving like an interesting fight with just being like, okay, go fight this mountain-sized alien and hope you guys win. So I think that's just a balance. Like any DM for any game system would probably run into something similar.
I pre-read the next question, and it's actually one that I intended to ask you at some point.
Oh, go ahead and ask it. I haven't seen it.
It's from Quoto Scott.
Quotato
Scott. Would you let Lucky go to the gym or library to spend spucks to increase his stat? I was gonna ask you if I did a bunch of push-ups every day, could I get stronger? Or...
I've actually played in a campaign where someone tried to do that very thing. They do 100 push-ups every morning to try and increase their strength rolls. So I would probably, because like leveling up is currency driven anyways. It's an economy in this system. So I probably wouldn't be opposed to it, but it would have to be like, that would be a lengthy process, I think.
Yeah.
Like I would probably hit some predetermined number and you could only visit it once per like available game session.
Yeah.
So not just like, if I say like a month has passed in the game for whatever reason, I'm not just going to say like Lucky went to the gym all 30 days that month. Yeah, he just comes back jacked.
Have you seen commercials for the mirror yet? It's a workout tool. And it's a big okay. Hold on. It legit I saw it and I thought this cannot be real life. It's a body mirror that sits on the wall.
It talks to you.
But it also has has video inside it.
Okay.
Where you can actually like do like training sessions.
So you watch
with a trainer live.
But see yourself.
Yourself as well, like in the reflection.
Yeah.
And I saw it and I was like, this looks like a Black Mirror episode. Like it just is. Yeah. It's like you don't got to go to the gym and you can still get trained. Like it seemed really like just bizarre to me, but I could see
smart mirrors are fun.
I could see Lucky maybe purchasing a smart mirror to train with the trainer.
I don't know.
Ethan's gonna stand in your doorway and make fun of you while you train.
I would want to train somehow to get faster, to get better dexterity, because that's used more than I expected in this game.
What you can do?
Because of the guns. But yeah, I think speed would be handy.
We're gonna wrap up here very shortly. Thank you guys for all the questions and for like all the activity. It's been crazy busy in this stream, and we seriously thank you a ton. This question from Bennett McDonald. You mentioned when a character's physical health is at 0, they're permadead. So is there any death saving throws? There are. When I meant permadead, I just meant like you're treated as dead as if you are in 5e, to where you have to make death saving throws the opportunity for permadeath arises. I probably spoke a little too aggressively about it, but yes,
he gets a little excited about permadeath.
I do. I'm very. It really cranks the old engine. From Blake, question. I mean, because Kelsey felt like she had little to do. Okay, sorry. I'm gonna reread this. I mean, because Kelsey felt like she had little to do, but I feel that that's common at first level. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Just curious if that was unique to the new rules. I totally get you. I do feel like, yes, feeling like you're not contributing in a way you would hope is very inherent to low-level characters.
Mm-hmm.
But also, there are things that I can do better to make even low-level characters feel like they're contributing more.
Yeah.
I think that's a two-way street. Good follow-up. Was anyone else cheering for the Chiefs a couple weeks ago just because of Reed? Yeah, I appreciate that. I told Danny that calling everything the Arrowhead system and all, like, it was really just a cheap ploy to get multiple people around the world to become Chiefs fans. That's all this was for.
Glad you're leveraging your platform for good things.
You're welcome, Internet. Girdle, I'm also a Buffalo Bills fan, so we always root against the Pats. NFC least, let's go. Or AFC least, you're AFC. Question, Dan, what would Chip's evil brother's block facial hair be if he were canon?
So there's a question to Dan about Chip.
It'd be real fancy. like one of those guys that like puts pomade in their mustache and curls it.
My Dapper Dan, man.
It'd be really dapper.
Stop giving Dan ideas.
Be very dapper.
Ethan Cole's gonna die real fast, and we're gonna have Chip's brother come in.
Yeah.
It's gonna be.
I'm coming
He's
back
gonna have the exact same voice as Ethan.
If there's an evil version of Chip, you know it's played by Dan. I mean, like, that's just how it goes.
I'm a robot too.
It's me, your brother.
Hold on, let me calculate that. It's me.
What does Lucky have that I can work with? I don't know. 4 arms. You saw the art.
What does Lucky have that I can work with? What does that mean?
He said all the tribal stuff. Like, I don't.
all of
don't answer that question. I'm going to end the stream if you answer that question. I'm hovering over stop broadcast. I think she means, what does your character look like? What is he wearing?
I mean, if you look at the go to sneakpodcast.com, go to the races.
It's in the blog.
The races blog for the Brax. The first one that shows up for the Brax. He's got a little loincloth thing on, a sleeve on his arm. That's as close to Lucky.
It.
He could probably have some different dreads, maybe some different facial features, but for the most part, that's how he's attired.
That's him.
Yeah. Maybe a pack or something like that with his vape incense.
So, okay. We are past an hour. Seriously, thank you guys so much. What you can look forward to for the show is obviously weekly releases for the next several weeks, like 20 weeks or so. It's going to be great. Thank you guys for tuning in. We're doing 2 more race and class reveals to make a total of 7 playable races and 7 playable classes. There's one coming probably in a week or 2 for what we're calling the Bacarian Medic. The Bacarian is the fish, like, aquatic race that you heard at the beginning of episode 1, where they have the filtration system. And the medics are obviously just doctors, healers, that kind of thing. And then the last one being the Praetorian Soldier. The Praetorians are the race of people that inhabit the moon that they went to in episode 1. They're big, tall, lanky guys with they're like blue in color, and they're really good at mining and have very hardy constitutions. So, and then soldiers, much like I said, is very self-explanatory. So that's it. That's what you can look forward to. We really hope you've been enjoying like the stuff we've been releasing, and obviously episode 0, episode 1. It's super exciting to be releasing content again. It's been a long time coming, but the episodes are only going to keep getting better based on what we have so far. I'm very excited about the future of this season and this volume overall. And there's just so much good stuff that we could not do without you guys and without your love and support for the show. So thank you so much for being awesome, passionate, and just huge fans of this show, and for having such an incredible community. Thank you guys for everything. Anything else? Anything we missed?
No.
All right. Fish People is our planet called Dravadanks. It's not. Rip. Sorry, guys.
Feels bad.
Thank you for everything. Peace and love.